Hi, Winston here. This is a second video about my preparation for the new Essence League. At this time the patch notes haven't been released yet, so I have not picked a build for the first character, hence I haven't made goals for the new league either, whether to go Uberlab, Otsiri or high mapping. There's a lot of information available about the essences and the atlas, so I'll start with global strategies for those two and I'll end this video with tips for reading the patch notes when they've come out. Up first, the essences. ZiggyD has released information on ZiggyD's behalf. This spreadsheet is an overview. It shows the essences are introduced in groups while progressing. So in low level areas you find limited selections. Only level 48 is needed for tier 4 and only level 68 is needed for tier 5 essences to drop. The corrupted essences are the last to appear and they are very powerful. These do not have tiers, there's simply just one of them. So if you ever find one of the highest category essences, you've acquired the equivalent of a tier 7 essence, the absolute maximum. These corrupted ones only drop if you use an item called Remnant of Corruption on an essence with the name Misery, Dread, Scorn or Envy. These Remnant of Corruptions are rare spawns, meaning they should be used sparingly. Since essence crystals can have multiple essences, I suggest only use remnants when the gains are maximized. Essence crystal containing multiple essences and multiple essences inside are of the highest bracket, Misery, Dread, Scorn and Envy. So that's the top dog you can get. Upgrade all essences to essences from the next level range. In the bottom right corner you can read the others. +1 tier, add more essences and accidentally release the monster. Remnant of Corruption plays a central role in the essence farming. Important things to learn quickly when the Essence League starts is where can they spawn. If they could spawn in level 48 outside maps, spawning in a small area like City of Sarn, you could find an efficient way of farming them. Or another place where the essence crystal is usually located next to a way portal, or some other cheeky way of finding them quickly is important. If you find a crystal every 20 seconds, it's not a bad thing, you can only find the maximum tier 4, as long as the remnants of corruption keep dropping. The sheets show tier 1 through tier 5 can spawn, but we know now that's wrong, since it can be tier 6 from a corruption. In conclusion, for essence farming, the remnant of corruption plays a central role. Acquiring knowledge early in the league is crucial for success. Where they can spawn, how to specialize in spawning them. Needless to say, if you find other players lacking knowledge, buy them quick, buy them all. Okay, on to the next topic, the Atlas of Worlds. Grinding Gear has released information about map drops, so it's important to cover the map drops step by step. When a map is dropped, first its tier is determined, following the basic rules. White monster can drop the same or lower tier, magic and rare can drop +1 as maximum and a boss can drop a +2. The map can only be maps from the following groups. Group 1, maps you have completed. Where completed is you've killed the boss or opened the final chest. This is not the same thing as completing a map for the special Atlas bonus, since that might have special requirements like the map being an UNID rare or a corrupted rare or whatever. Sana missions do not count, that's important knowledge too, so you can freely do Sana maps without worrying about completing a map you do not want to. I'll explain that later why you wouldn't want to complete a map. Group 2. Maps that are connected to your atlas on the map. That's pretty obvious, that's following the exploration of the atlas with the dots and lines. Group 3. Tier 1 maps. You have to start somewhere of course, so these always have to be able to drop. So this means you can influence what map can drop and what map cannot drop. This is a major deal. You get a lot more good maps than you're used to. The assumed effect will be chaining the best maps ever that could easily yield 4 times the clear speed. This is the atlas, an old picture. There are better ones out there, more updated, but I will use this map anyway to show the basic ID, not to show the correct atlas. So you have to complete maps with great care, since only with huge currency payments can you undo accidental clears. I'll refer to the carefully chosen atlas as the efficient atlas. A streamer called ProjectPT has done excellent out-of-the-box thinking on the whole atlas mechanic. The white maps are not interesting, you can clear them all without a big blowback. These white maps will ensure you level up some and do the trials for Uberlab. You can clear all the unique maps as well. You might not be able to clear them all, but you really want unique maps to be able to drop. Acquiring them quickly will be profitable in the long run. Buy them from other players to complete fast. For yellow maps it becomes interesting. You only clear the ones you like best. Tropical Island, for example. the usual ones. The layouts look like a bowling alley where you bulldoze through killing all. Preferably, you start with one of each yellow tier. The best red maps are taken. Multiple of each tier is not a problem, it'll take some time. So now you have made your own efficient atlas that only drops the maps you want, and the circled bad maps will never drop. Grinding Gear Games has announced they will change the layouts of some maps, so the bad maps might not always be bad in 2.4, but we'll see. As far as the special bonus you can gain from exploring the atlas, you do not hurt yourself too much by not completing all the maps. Even with this efficient atlas, you still have the potential to complete 60 out of roughly 120 maps, so you can always decide to complete more later. Reversing is extremely hard. It involves the new items called Cartographer's Sextants. Another new item is the Shaper's Orb. These cannot be traded and a fixed amount are obtainable. The information about earning the special bonus is wrong. Latest news was that it's a bonus that gives a higher tier of maps. So you'd have a chance when a map drops, it's one tier higher. The map level is still restricted to the normal rules, where a white canoe still only can drop a map of the same tier, etc, etc. Still a very decent bonus, but not good enough to go out of your way blindly completing all maps. The efficient atlas is way more superior. Since you have limited shaper orbs, you have to carefully choose the maps you're going to give +5 levels. Divination card drops could play a role. I like Celestial Justicar and the 6-link Mole from Arsenal, for example. This doesn't really work though. Getting a 6-link from spamming tier 50 maps isn't the way to go forward, since if you're able to spam tier 50 maps, you probably already have a 6-link. So for choosing the right maps you're going to bump up, you have to consider what divination cards drop there, besides the layout and boss of course, and what new item bases might drop there that could be ramped up to item level 84 for crafting. So that's why you have to hold your horses for the yellow maps before shaping them. First acquire the knowledge, then make your decision. Final words. When the patch notes comes out, look out for the currently most powerful skills. You need an overpowered build for the new tier 16 maps and the shaper. Poison, Bladefall, Earthquake and the Lightning Arrow Frostwall mechanic might be hit with a nerf stick. Also, Energy Shield Uber boss killers might get attention. Read carefully when anything with curses is mentioned. Other OP builds like Custom Crit, Shield Charge, Discharge shenanigans might also be changed. Needless to say, check what skills are buffed. Okay, that was it for now, until another update after the patch notes. See ya and thanks for watching.